We are live. Welcome, everybody. These are not Justin, Naum, and Henry here with me tonight. I have Javi and I have Zain. I train with both of them. Just so gonna give each of them a second to introduce themselves. Javi, you go first.
I am Javier. I train with Ralph. Jiu-Jitsu, been doing it for over a year and over a year now. And yeah,
Zain.
Sweet. Guys, my name is Zane and I train with Ralph. I've been training for jiu-jitsu for like 5 months, 6 months now. But I used to wrestle before that for about like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. So he has an unfair advantage against us. So. No, but yeah, both of them great training partners, really good. So we are going to. So they had their very first competition where when we reviewed my competition and Henry's competition and Naum Justin's competition. Actually, no, we didn't have Justin because his brother didn't record it. So never mind. Shout out to Justin and his brother. But we reviewed the competitions from the other day, and Zayn and Javi also competed, but we didn't have a chance to review theirs yet. So we are going to take the opportunity to do it tonight. You guys ready to go?
Yeah,
I'm
man,
ready.
let's do it.
All
Tear me
right.
apart.
Give me a
Viewer
second.
discretion advised.
All right, cool. Sorry, I had to turn on my echo cancellation because it was going to be messed up on my end. All right, so we are going to switch over to our screen where we're going to go to here. We're going to start off with Javi's competition, like I said. And Javi, as we're going through, you've seen the show before. Feel free to stop me if you want to make any commentary, anything like that. And we can talk about it. Any questions? Zane, if you want to have any commentary or questions, whatever the case may be, by all means, let's do it. All right. I'm going to kick it
You
off.
got it. This is the first I'm seeing this video, by the way, from this angle.
I'll say that I recorded it, by the way, but I wasn't expecting to have to, because so what happened was Justin and Javi ended up going around the same time. So Professor
My
D was
fault.
like, I wasn't even going to mention it, Javi, all right? I wasn't going to mention it.
All
So
right, all right, all right, all right. Let's continue.
Professor was like, okay, you help Javi. I'm going to go help Justin. So I was trying to record and coach at the same time. So you're going to, but the guy who was standing next to me, he was able to point out when the camera started veering off. He's like, hey, your camera. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's going to happen like in the beginning. So
take your grips, Abby. Pull him in, Abby, pull him in. Close your guard. Lock your half guard.
all right, I will tattletale on Javi on this one. When I asked Javi, what are you going to do? I'm going to go for like a single leg. The very first thing he does is pull guard. I'm like, all right, well, this changes the whole game plan.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I got anxious. I got nervous, and I was like, shit, I don't know what this guy's gonna do, And I don't know. He looked kind of like, I don't know, confident, and I was like, shit. All right, so let me just pull him in. I don't know.
Abby, lock your half guard. What up, what up? Lock your half guard, Abby.
This
Oh,
one, the
those
guy told me.
mats.
This one, the guy told me, yeah, you're not recording. I'm like, oh crap! All right, hold on. Let me. I can't do that.
Nice. Lock your guard. Lock your guard. Get a cross collar. Oh. Get a cross collar grip. Knee pull, Abby, knee pull. Yo, keep your. Pull him in, Abby. Nice. Get up, Abby, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
I think this is when he takes my back. Yep.
No.
And right there, he actually went in for
Grab
like
his
a
arm,
crank.
Javi. Grab his arm. Grab his arm. His feet are crossed. His feet are crossed. Are you uncrossed?
Oh
I didn't know
man, I
if you
wish
could
I could
hear
have
me when
heard
I was
that.
saying that. I didn't know if you could
I
hear me.
couldn't
I was
hear
like, oh.
anything. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was
Damn,
pretty
I didn't
bad
even
in
know his
there.
feet are crossed.
It was pretty bad in there. Yeah, his feet were like mad crossed. I mean,
Damn.
where was it?
Get up, Javi. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. No.
You
I
jumped
hear the
right
frustration
into.
in your voice. You're
Well,
like, oh.
it's because you jumped right into a back. I was like, no, don't jump.
Yeah, I know. Bro, a
I was
lot of
like,
stuff
don't
that I do
jump.
here, I see on this video, I'm like, oh, it's so embarrassing. I don't do most of this stuff in the class.
It's all
I
good.
hope.
Grab his arm, Javi. Grab his arm. Grab his arm. His feet are crossed. His feet are crossed. Are you uncrossed?
He probably heard me say that his feet are crossed and they uncrossed them.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Get up.
probably
Get
heard
up.
you.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Come on, Javi. Come on.
It felt like forever, by the way, when that was happening.
Get out of there, Javi. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get up. All right, you're in close guard, Javi. Get your arms in. Posture up.
At this point, I'm spent. Sorry, I'm pretty spent.
Watch. Watch the armbar, Javi. Stand up, Javi. Stand up. Stand up. Posture up. Stand up. Posture up.
That right there is not a good strategy to like be so
Yeah,
lateral
I saw
on the
like two
person.
times there. He could have swept me, especially when he
Yeah,
had his like hand like under my leg, and he could have just pushed it up, and yeah, I would have just fallen straight to the side.
yeah. Like
Horrible.
you want to be like standing straight up, like posturing up to put pressure on. Because right now he has no pressure on his ankles whatsoever.
Yeah, and I
And
think what I'm doing at that point is I'm grabbing the lapel and I'm doing like the lapel choke and I'm trying to like to for have him open his guard.
yeah, that
Um,
doesn't work.
but yeah, I know. I
Especially like
figured
in
that.
competition. Like
Found that out the hard way, by the
so
way.
in competition, like let's say we're training, right, and you're rolling with Henry for some weird reason, and Henry's doing that on you. Henry's also like almost 100 pounds heavier than you, so it'll work for Henry. It's not gonna work when you're fighting somebody who's like your
When
own
you're the
weight and
same
size.
side, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Come on.
Javi, look to the sky. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh my God. Good job, Javi, good job.
The guy was super nice, by the way.
Most of them are.
He was like talking to me after a while. Yeah, super nice guy.
Most people are like
I
really
hate his
nice
guts,
after
but
training.
yeah, he was super nice.
How do you hate his guts?
Well, you know, I'm just kidding. No, he was a really nice guy. I actually enjoyed talking to him.
I appreciate everybody that I lost to. It exposed areas to get better in.
In a lot of areas.
No, but you did good. Like you did good because I mean you escaped a back take and a submission attempt to get back into close guard. I mean, of course, everyone makes mistakes along the way, but you did. I think you did really good.
Yeah. Also, I think this guy had been training for a while as a blue belt. Um,
It's possible, yeah.
so I don't know if yeah, he was like, yeah, I've been been blue belt for like a year, over a year. So I was like, I
Yeah,
got you.
and that's the thing, right? You when you're in competition, you're going against other blue belts, so they could be on their fourth stripe, they could be on their first stripe. It it does like so you can't. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, right?
Right?
As
No, it
long
doesn't.
as long as you go out there and you like Professor says, you either win or you learn, right? And a lot of times, because there can only be one winner for a division, we do a lot more learning than we do winning. So
Right? Yeah. And it was an awesome experience as for my first time, and yeah, I was definitely super anxious and nervous. Getting there, driving there, like I had like my kids and my wife and everybody there like watching me, so it was like even more nerves and yeah, it was, but it was a lot of fun. I think I'd like to do it again, but maybe in a couple of months, maybe next year. But for sure, I want to go
yeah,
again.
there's gonna be one in either Miami or Fort Lauderdale later on
Well,
this year.
my wife is pregnant, and my third child is coming like around August, so
Are you the one?
I'm pretty
Are
sure I'm
you
not
the
gonna.
one who's gonna be giving birth?
Well, I'm one of those like hipster dads. I actually help out a lot, other than just let them take care of it themselves.
I mean, it's like your match is like 5 minutes. Like, I don't, you can still
Listen,
help
man,
out.
I'm not gonna be able to train as much, man. Come on.
All right, okay, all right, all right.
And
Remember
that's final excuse.
when you're not gonna be a train them. All right. I remember when after Benji was born, I
Mind
was
you, he has
probably
only one kid.
I
One
was
kid.
I
He's
was in
trying
the
to talk to me about
gym.
this, all right? But all right. Go ahead,
I
sir.
was in
Let's
the
talk about Benji.
I was in the gym maybe like so I think he was born on a Friday. I was probably in the gym back on like Tuesday maybe Thursday. I don't know. Sad. And I
Wow.
had a competition in Orlando. Like he was born in June. I had competition in Orlando in July. And he was at his first competition. Sad.
Priorities, man.
Gotta
Yeah.
gotta figure it
Well,
out.
we know where they're at, man. We know where they're at.
So we will
Nah.
see you. I mean, look, you said August she's due, right?
Yeah.
So that means if it's
Probably
in,
sooner, but yeah.
well, even better because now if the competition is like in end of October, early November, got enough time. So just saying, no
Okay.
excuses. All right.
Zane, are you gonna be competing again?
Yes, he's
Yeah,
looking for
definitely.
competitions. He's looking for competition.
Yeah. Like after this
Oh wow.
experience,
Okay.
it was
Nice.
clear. It's like the more that you do, the better you're going to be at them. And so I think the next one that's coming up, IBJJF, is in Orlando in July. I think I'm going to try to make that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to make that one.
That'd be sweet.
Nice.
I've been
It's in
that one a few
July.
times.
All right. Cool. That's like what, next month? Holy crap. That's fast.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
it's
do
like
it.
the 26th or something. Yeah.
They do it. It's gonna be like Thursday and Friday. They do it. That weekend is Kids Pans, so they add it on right before Kids Pans.
Okay.
So yeah, I did Orlando's
Yeah,
cool.
man.
The thing is with me now, it's hard to find people in my bracket.
In your
So
division.
yeah, so it gets emptier and emptier the older you get and the higher belt you go. So is what it is.
That's what happens when you get old. I mean, you just, people don't want to roll with you.
So question for you, Javi.
Yes.
After competition, what's the difference
Yes.
training now, before and after competition, if any?
Bef- Before, I don't know before, but now what I do is I try not to. I noticed that I was going like almost like full blast, I guess, because it was competition, and I've been noticing that when I get to the end of the class, I'm kind of gassed out. So it doesn't matter who it is. I have no strength. So I know it's also a good thing because then your technique kind of starts coming out. But I'd like to not be completely out of breath. So I've been trying to just from the beginning of the class just like take it easy. And if I'm in a tight situation, then just tap. Don't try to like power through it. You know what I mean? And just learn differently and breathing and um, yeah, trying to see the positions more without just reacting. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of what I would do is just quickly react instead of seeing what's open and what's there, and kind of moving from there step by step, and kind of going with what they give you. They put the arm there. Okay, you can block the arm. Then through some way. So um, that's what I feel like I've been implementing more since competition. Um, yeah,
Sounds good. Makes
yeah,
sense.
man.
That's awesome.
And
That's
just
awesome.
continuing to follow the teachings of the master tech coach Ralph,
Yeah.
master Jedi.
Um. You have any questions, then, for Javi?
No, I think that yeah, whenever I look at these competitions, even in my own, when I was watching my own recordings back, I'm still like, how do the points work? I understand how the points work, but why? So the
Yeah,
back take is 4, and then he recovered and he's on top, and the opponent that did have the back is there. They have Javi and guard, so it's like, why isn't there points there for Javi
I think it
being
was an
on top?
advantage.
Oh, is it an
I,
advantage?
it's
It's not
not. I'll
nothing. It's
explain it to you.
nothing.
It's
Oh no,
nothing.
it's nothing. Oh,
So
to
here's
I
recover
guess
from
because
the
you're
back take is
escaping a
nothing.
bad
Oh,
it's
position,
nothing.
it doesn't count, right?
So I
See.
watched a video. I'll send it to you guys. But John Danaher was explain. Is it? It might be in his It might be one of his instructionals. But he's explaining the way. No, I think it was with Joe. Yeah, it was with Joe Rogan. He was on Joe Rogan. I'll send it to you guys. But he was explaining the system of jujitsu, and he broke it down in the points. Right. The points are his explanation is the points are broken down to the level of dominance that you have over your opponent, right? So if you're in their guard, right, and you pass their guard, so now you have a certain level of dominance, so that's 3 points. Now if you mount them or back take them, now, like, if you're mounted on somebody, that's another, like, you have even more position over them to control them and stuff like that. Same for the back take, so those are worth 4. However, you don't get rewarded for escaping a bad position because you should have never been in that bad position in the first place,
in the
right?
first place.
So that's the same reason, like, if you roll somebody over when you had them in side control, that's not a sweep, because in order to get a sweep, you have to be like in some type of guard, because they don't have a dominant position over you. So when you sweep them,
Mm,
that's 2 points, because now you they consider being on top as a dominant position. Although there's a lot of things you could do from guard, but if you sweep them now, because you're on top, you reversed it and now you're in a dominant position. But if you are, let's say you're in side control, and you do some move to flip them over, or you're in you're mounted and you recover your guard, even if you all right, so let's say you recover for, like, you know how we do that upa, the, like, when you're mounted and then you do the over and now you become in their guard, but you're on top now,
mhm.
you're still
Yeah.
escaping a bad position into a guard, which is like a a neutral position. So that's why there's
Mhm.
no points or advantages on those either. So that's how the pointing is broken down.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. We got Junior in the building. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's get this thing to pop up over here. Got my guy Junior in the building. Says, "What's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's up, Junior?" I did a AI vibe coding workshop yesterday, and Junior was in there. He likes watching this jujitsu stuff too. Shout out to you, Junior. All right, you
That's
guys ready to get
awesome.
to Zane's?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready to tear me apart. I made so many mistakes, even in the match that I won.
It feels like a
So
roast.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's do it. That's the best way to learn. That's why you put yourself out there, like go to
Oh
compete, so you
yeah.
can see these holes in your game. So I'm
Yep.
ready.
Yep.
Where is it? Let's go. Like Zane said, he is world world class
He
high
does.
school wrestler.
He does wrestling. I know how to wrestle.
Some wrestling. Yeah, I mean the game plan was obvious, right? Like whatever leg is available, I'm just gonna go for it. And try to not get guillotined. So that's fun.
That's always a good thing to prevent getting guillotined. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But like as a wrestler, that's like a fast 2 points that you get. Like if you could take them down like you did, 2 points, you're already leading the on the scoreboard.
You're already ahead.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if because if you took him down and you went straight into side control, then you probably only got the 2 points because you didn't have to pass his guard.
Yeah, I believe I only got the 2 points. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Smashing.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of problems here, right? Yeah, it's just so fun.
I can't see the greatest, but it looked like you're just like you open his guard, you jump around it, then he tries to recover guard, and you're going back and forth doing that. But you're
Yeah, it's
getting
basically
advantages
back and
throughout the
forth.
way. But you're getting advantage throughout the way because
Yeah,
like as you get almost past it, you get advantage for that and stuff like that. So
also that's dope.
ooh, yeah, he passed there. Yep, 3 points.
I hear them yelling at him. Breathe, breathe.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. super
Yeah,
dominant the whole time.
I kept letting him recover guard though, and I was like, oh, not supposed to do that. It was fine. I think he tries to throw something up here.
I mean, if you
Get
can pass
myself
the
out of
guard
danger.
effortlessly, then it's like.
So that was a failed mount attempt into half guard. Very technical.
Yeah, but the guy's probably just so tired from having you on top of him, crushing him.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what's going through your mind, Zayn, as you're mounting him right now? What are you thinking about?
Oh, I
So
think
many
I left the
things. How
kitchen light
tired I
on.
am. Yeah, I left the kitchen light on. I hope the stove is off. No, I think that there's a couple things. One was I heard his coaches kept calling out to him where they thought the like reversal was basically. So it's just making sure to keep my balance, and I was trying to keep my hips really low, which looks kind of funny on video. But I was trying to put a lot of hip pressure. I didn't want to ride too high because I don't know, I just wasn't confident in my mount, and I'm trying to lace the legs so he can't do a lot with them and keep my hips as low as
Right.
possible. Like so, just having lower pressure or pressure on his lower body as much as possible. And then I was hoping that he'd just give me an arm or something so I could turn. You see me kind of turn a couple times to maybe go for an arm bar, but I couldn't come in because I don't know what I'm doing.
Nice.
And that was it.
Oh, he almost got the half guard.
They might have gave him the half guard, and now Zayn would have just got 4 more points. He might have got 4 more points right there.
It might have. I don't
Maybe,
know.
yeah.
I can't see the referee, but you could easily get 4 points by what you just did.
Is it? That's funny. The score line, well, I'll tell you at the end what it ended up being, but it's possible. Yeah, there when I finally got into a half decent position for an armbar, I didn't realize the match was over. I thought we were out of bounds or something. And I was like, dude, I was right there. I was like, why'd you stop it?
That's awesome. I don't know. The people who lose always take the longest to tire them out.
Yeah.
Great job.
Thank you.
Super nice
Yeah,
match.
it was fun. It was super fun.
What was the score line?
It was either 12-0 or 15-0. One of those.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what I ended up.
Cool. That was awesome. Any additional thoughts before we go to the next one?
Yeah, I think just watching that back. I mean, yeah, there's just so many mistakes. In my mind, I was just trying to go like pressure, keep the pressure on as much as I can. I got my 2 points for the takedown. I didn't have a lot of chance to look at the scoreboard, but I knew Mount was points, and I knew every time he got me in guard and I escaped, that was points. So I figured I was way ahead. But I was trying to just keep pressure, and there was something else. No, I forgot what the other thing was. Oh, I was
At
tired. I
any
was tired. It
point,
had been a while since I competed. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, at any point, did you glance over at the points area?
Yeah, when it was like 5-0 or something, I just knew I was ahead, and he wasn't scoring any points. So I was like, this is fine. I was like, I can be inside mount for a while, just trying to work some game. I was like, this is fine.
I got time.
Oh, my feet were super flat. That's one thing I noticed. Like in order to keep pressure and you have your toes, everyone who I like when I watch you guys roll, your toes are always super driving into the mat. And wrestling, that's how it is too. But something about in wrestling, you can wear shoes. So something about not wearing shoes, I just put my foot flat a lot on the mat, and it alleviates a lot of pressure that could be there. And I noticed watching the videos back, I was doing that a ton, being flat footed on the mat, which was super bad. Like my toes down. Yeah, like here, like
Oh,
my
yeah.
toes are like always. My foot is always flat against the mat, which is opposite of what you want, right?
Yeah, because it's mixed
Yeah. When I was in
feelings.
side control mainly, if you go to side control, you'll see what I'm talking about, like earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're
Yeah, like
talking
here you
about.
see right there, my
Yeah,
feet were always flat or like sideways. Very bad.
yeah. No, yeah. For that one, I would want my feet dry. It depends on the position too, though. Because sometimes I'll have my feet flat on the mat just because my my feet are not super flexible, and I want to keep my hips lower. Like if I'm in close guard, I do want to have active toes, but I also want my hips to be as low as possible. So sometimes I'll go to having the feet flat on the mat just so I can
Mm.
like try to put a little bit more pressure. But yeah, it depends. It just depends at the end of the day. One thing
Mm.
I'll say though
That
is
makes sense.
that like when wrestlers start jujitsu, if they can figure out like one or two submissions, they're gonna skyrocket in their success because it's like they
Yeah,
already come
man,
in
for real.
they already come in almost unsweepable because it's like their balance is so good and they're able to keep their like
Yep.
stay low to the ground and stuff like that. So
And
then they
all
start like just
takedowns are,
like
yep.
Brian, like when Brian training with Brian, he can like he just jumps around. So, I mean, he's 16 years old, but still, he's like, but he
Mm.
wrestles and he's been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time, so he can just hit you with a double leg, single leg, and then it's hard to sweep him as well. So and he knows how to do like
And he's
submissions
so
and all that.
fast.
So like you give a wrestler like one or two submissions, and it's a nightmare after that.
That's so. I'm in, dude. I'm in.
You're
I
hooked.
think Javi's got to go, so we're gonna let Javi drop off. Right, Javi? I saw your message,
Awesome
right?
match.
All
Thank you
right,
for
cool.
having me.
I'll see you tomorrow, Javi.
Yes, definitely.
All right, cool,
For
cool,
Thank you for having me, Zane. Awesome match, and I will watch the other matches later tonight on the video, I'm sure.
cool. All
Thanks
right.
so much, man. I'm glad you got to see the good one.
Well, you made it past the first one, man. So congrats on that, dude. And then of course you actually went out and competed, which other people don't even do. So I mean, props to you for real, man. And you look like you're well on your way to become a strong ass blue belt for sure.
It's only 20.
Thank you, brother. Hoping.
All right, Javi, take it easy. Have a good night.
Take it easy, guys. Have a wonderful day.
All right, let's make this bigger.
Oh yeah, I'm huge.
Let's make that bigger. Let's go here. Let's go here. There we go. Looks good to me. All right. Ready to get to the next one?
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
So this was Zane's second match of the night.
Oh yeah. The ref talks to the head table for a while right here.
Let me go back and see what happened.
The camera kind of panned off, so I don't even know.
I kind of see what happened. So you shot for the double. He kind of sprawls out of the double, and then he pulls guard, right? So
yeah, so it's kind of like a question of, did I initiate the takedown? It counts, or is it a guard pull, right?
So you see how he has the grip right now, and let me see. So if you're shooting right now, he has the grips, but then he's gonna sit back and pull you in, which would be. I wonder if they're trying to see if he's trying to pull. He's not pulling, and he sits back. Maybe they're trying to see if it's a sweep. I don't think it's a takedown. I don't know. See how he sat back and pulled you in?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what he would be thinking about, because you shoot, he kind of sprawls away, so he's kind of on top. If he's on top while you are pulling, and then he sits back, could be considered a sweep. Could be.
Like for him, like him, he swept me?
No, like you swept him in a sense. Because it's like, let's say he sprawls on top of you, right? Now, he's on top of you, although he didn't necessarily take you down. It's kind of like you in a way pull guard, but not really. But then he sits back to pull you in, right? So now he's on the bottom, so that could kind of be considered a sweep, but I don't think that's probably what he's discussing. I don't think they would have gave him sweep points for that, or give you sweep points for that.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you what happened, but they were talking about whatever it was for a little bit. So while the ref's doing this, right, I'm sitting here, and the kid, he has his legs pretty tight around me, and in my mind, I'm like, we can relax right here, right? And like they're talking, who knows when we're gonna start again. Like I'm kind of laid back, I'm chilling, I'm flat-footed right now. I'm not on my toes like I would normally be in guard. So you'll see what I'm expecting the ref's gonna be like, okay, you guys ready? And then we shake hands, and then we go again. That's not what happened.
He jumped in.
Yeah, basically the ref was like, "All right, go," and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" That was funny. But that's on me, right? I should always be aware, like ready just in case, you know.
I mean, he's supposed to come in and be like, "Go," not just like, "All right." So I have to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll
See, how long
see.
is he? He's gonna be
Because
talking
I
for a
could be
while.
mission. He talks about it for a little bit. I don't know. He should be ending soon here.
Let me see. Still talking. Still talking. All right, let me back up a little bit. Yeah, it's about right.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess he said go. He said go regular. So it's just on me. I'm like, I wasn't ready.
You're like full split going on.
Yeah.
That's good. That's perfect. Got him balanced up, standing up. Yep. There you go.
It felt like it
So
was
did
so
they
much
give him
effort.
points? Did they give you like what was the outcome of the referee talking? Nothing.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, after all that, it was still just 0-0.
No advantage or nothing. Just 0-0.
Yeah, no advantage, no which I agree, and especially watching it back, like yeah, I don't think there was nothing there, you know.
I just wonder like why it took like 5 minutes just to say, all right, there's nothing happening here. Right,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So that's what I was telling Javi earlier about the posture, like standing up
Mhm.
instead of standing over the person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you're like, uh, so even right there, you see how you're not like your head is not over his head. That's the right
Hmm.
way, like because a lot of people they'll be almost fully parallel, perpendicular, like with the person, like, and it's easy to sweep over there. But the way that you're standing, like your hips are back, and you're trying to get your head away from his head, and then you're about to go right there, and then
Yeah,
right there. You see how you're standing right there? That's exactly
yeah.
when you stand up in guard. You want to be like standing straight up like that because you're not only that you're putting pressure on his ankles, but you're extending him, and now you have a good base. The way that your feet are like that is perfect.
Sweet. All right, it's good to know I was doing something right because I could not escape this guy's guard. Every time.
I think just the way, like, after you open his legs, just the way you proceed after that is why you keep ending back
Mhm.
in his guard. So
Yeah.
let me look at it slowly. Just right there. Bring it back a little bit. So you push. All right. So you see how you push his leg down, right?
Yeah.
So all right. So two things. I'll tell you right here.
Mm.
The the hand that is grabbing, I'm guessing maybe his lapel or his pants or something like that.
Mhm.
Your right,
Yeah, my
your left
left.
hand, your left hand, right?
Yeah.
It's outside of his legs, so you want that to be tucked in. You know what I mean? So you want it to be tucked in, like his. Um, you see how his foot is like on your hip, or his shin is on your hip.
Mhm.
You want your elbow to
Yeah.
be inside of that, like around his knee, right? But inside, not outside. So that
Yeah, that
way
makes
you can.
sense.
And now that hand is pushing down correctly, but you want your knee to start um, going over his leg, his knee, so that he can't just pull you back into his guard. Because what you're gonna, like, think about this: if your elbow is blocking that leg that is up in the air, he's not going to be able to close his guard again. So I'm gonna play it.
Mm.
See how
Yeah.
that elbow being on the outside, he's able to just pull you right back in. But if it's on the inside, it's going to be harder for him to close that leg again.
Shoot, that makes sense. And I could see from there too where I could transitional stuff like double under, like double under his legs or stuff. If I have my elbow in, it makes that kind of
Exactly.
stuff possible. Yeah, I see that.
Exactly.
Shoot. Why didn't you tell me this before?
It's my first time watching it. See, there you go. You see how you put that? You put the knee over.
Yeah. That's exactly what you're saying there.
I saw your feet were active for a second, and then you went right back to flat feet.
Yes, yeah. It's a common theme.
Nice. He goes to De La Hiva. You try to step around De La Hiva. He pulls you right back into guard.
It was, man.
So, was there any points scored at all?
Yeah, exactly. So, as you can see, not the most exciting jujitsu. It was 0-0. Like, so it's 0-0 that whole time, and 0-0 at the end of the match. And in my mind, from wrestling, I'm like, sweet, overtime. Like, I got a little bit of the gas tank left. I'm in. Like, where do we start? I'm like, overtime, I'm out of guard, probably, right? Let's go. And then he just raises my hand, and I was like, oh, is he raising both our hands? And I look, and he wasn't raising the other guy's hand. So I was like, oh,
Yeah, we don't do
snap.
overtime in jiu-jitsu. So basic, like, so were there any advantages or nothing, or just straight 0-0 across the board?
0-0, no advantages. There's
So
nothing.
basically, if it ends up with 0-0, then the referee makes a decision on. So,
Mhm.
and I think that you got the decision because you were more active in the sense of standing up, opening the guard, pushing his leg down. He didn't go for any. He didn't go for anything. He just played guard the whole time. So by
Yes.
you being more aggressive, almost not necessarily almost passing the guard, but almost getting to a position to pass the guard. Not enough to get an advantage, but enough to be the more dominant force to get the referee's decision. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. It was very lucky. You could see where I go to my coach, and I was like, all right, what just happened? Like, how did I win?
yeah.
Like, what's the rules here?
No, that's
It's
awesome. That
funny.
was great. That was really good. And yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. Like as a wrestler, you have like these little things to work on to like, all right, how do I properly establish to pass the guard? You can do it like by doing crazy wrestling, but like you said, like
Mm.
you get gas and stuff like that. Or if somebody is like good enough to be able to maintain the guard and recover it, you're gonna get stuck in there, but you're not really worried about getting swept or anything like that because you know that you have that background. Now it's like let me get these little fundamental things here and there to get better at the passing game, and then focus on the different type of passes and stuff like that. But you have that defense from being swept and keeping your balance already down pat.
Yeah, it was definitely helpful. There's a couple times where when I'm pushing him down, he's falling right into De La Hiva, and I could feel like I was maybe going to get swept. And I was trying to explode out of that or pass his guard. And after all the energy spent, just land right back in guard. But it's better than getting swept. So, but I see what you're
Sweet,
saying.
sweet. All right, this is the last video. Then we can call it a day. I'm gonna have to rearrange this again. Let's go. Let me pull up the
Sweet.
last
I'm
video.
gonna plug in real fast for some juice.
Go for it.
All right, I'm in.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
there's
was
a
really
couple
fast.
things with that one. Oh yeah, I mean, I had an X-Man just had a pop off frame. I teleported. No, so in the brackets, right? That my opponent there, he was the number one seed, which I know
Mm,
now doesn't matter at Wipeout. I was the last seed because it was my first tournament, so that makes sense, right? No record.
mm.
Um, and so in my mind, I was like, oh, basically, if I could beat this person, I could win the whole thing. Easy. It's fine. So I won that match, and I was like, perfect. So whoever's next has got to be like way easier than this guy. That was like my terrible thought process, guys. Don't have that thought process. Oh, I don't know why I did that.
I mean, I guess that's how it works from a wrestling background, I would suppose. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the number one seed is just so your based on prior competitions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you rank somewhere, like let's say you got gold medal, silver, or bronze, you'll get points for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it just basically where they place you in the brackets. But there's been like all the times that the number one seed is going to lose to whoever is the last person because a lot of people don't compete,
Yeah.
but they like at least in IBJJF, but they might be like really really good. So, but somebody
Mm-hmm.
who there's people who will sign up just to get the points, and there's nobody in their brackets and stuff like that. So you don't really know if they're that good or not, you know. And at any given moment, something can happen, and so it doesn't really mean much at the end of the day. The
Yeah.
whole ranking system. All right. So let's get into this last and final video. I think because I saw like you got into that situation a few times in the previous match. I think using your elbows to try to block those legs are going to be helpful to you
Hmm.
because by them not being there, they're able to kind of sneak their leg back in to try to pull you back into guard. But try to use the elbow to push their legs away and control their legs, or gripping. Like if we go back to so we're here. So right here, you see how you have. I wish I had a pointer, but you see how you have your left,
Yeah.
your left hand across on his hip. So
Yeah.
this leg right here is free to slide back in. So
The closest leg to my body. Yeah, right. The closest
yeah,
leg to my body.
his left leg, I guess. Yeah. So he's
Mm.
able to slide that back in to get back into guard. But if you're using this arm right here to like either control this leg, so so a lot of, this is a mistake a lot of people make is like they reach across the whole entire body before they establish the full position. So you want to be controlling that side so you can actually solidify getting into that side control position and then reach across his body to control him. But his leg is just so free right here, and there's so much space between you and the floor that he's just gonna slide it right back in and recover guard.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Were there any points or advantage? Or I don't think there's any points. Were there any advantages?
No, no points, no advantages. Again,
Was
not the
he
most exciting jiu-jitsu, but yeah, go ahead.
was he Brazilian?
I think so.
Ah, okay, that's why he got it.
Oh man, I will say like it was obviously upsetting like second match in a row like going 0-0 all the way, and I
Yeah,
had the same referee, so I was hoping in my mind the referee didn't think that it was just my strategy to sit and guard because I was
but
trying
you
to
did it
escape.
though, because you're always like I can see that you're always trying to escape, opening up the guard. Did he ever try any submission on you or anything?
Yeah, so one thing I will say, and because I don't think it comes out in the video very well, is that he definitely was a lot more active on the bottom than in my second match. He tried a lot of like I guess what is this, the violin or the bow and arrow? He tried a lot of this. Like every time my arm was extended, he was trying to like get my arms close to his chest and pull his guard up. There was never any danger. Like I didn't feel like I was in danger at all. But he definitely was a lot more active on the bottom and like appearing more active. And so that's to
Yeah,
his credit for sure.
yeah, yeah. It could go either way. I saw
Hmm.
you trying to pass the guard, trying to break the guard. I saw him like trying to make some grips, but I didn't see anything that was like, oh, he almost got like he could like trying to get into a submission attempt. Maybe I just couldn't see it from here, but it could have gone either way. That's the thing. Like when it comes to like the referees' decisions, it's like it can go either way, especially if you're Brazilian. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can never leave it up to the ref. That's like the same in wrestling. I think that's what's it called? I will say in that watching it back, it looks very similar to my second match where I'm just trying to break guard and they're just trying to hold me down.
yeah,
But in the moment when I was there, I remember feeling a lot more tired in this one. This was like 5 minutes after the second match. So I remember feeling super tired every time I went to stand up. He was getting me in, I don't even know if it was a De La Hiva or just like in a scissor, like sweeping kind of position. And I would almost get swept and then land back in his guard when I was recovering. So there's a lot more of that. I felt like I stood up less than in the second match because I was tired, and he was more active on the bottom. So like in the moment, I understood the ref's decision. Watching it back, though, I don't know. It looked closer. I think watching it back, it
yeah.
looked
It
closer
look
than I
because I'm
remember.
watching it. I'm like, I don't see any
Yeah,
push. I don't see any advantages. I see you try to get out of the guard, try to get around. I see him like trying to make some type of grips, but nothing that is like nothing to write home about. So I don't know. Either way, but that was great. No, that was really good. I think you did great all around. So there's plenty of matches that a lot of my matches they might end 2-0, 2-5-2, 6-4.
hmm,
But when I as you can see when I train, I'm like very methodical and I don't take a lot of risks. So cool. Shout out Junior says I gotta run, but I learned to keep my elbow inside to prevent them from bringing me back into guard. Shout out to my guy Junior.
yes, me too. That's what I learned.
As you had said, he got Brazilian points. He sure did.
That's so funny.
Uh,
That's what Jared said too. As soon as I told him about the match, that's what he asked me. It's funny.
and he said you put up a good fight in the last one. No, you did great. You did great. And he was laughing at overtime.
That's funny. Well, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Overtime. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this.
That's awesome. All right, let's wrap it up for today. Let me see. How can I wrap it up?
Yeah.
Let me see. But really appreciate you coming on, Zen. It was really awesome to watch your matchman get rid of Javi's spot over here. And I will change this like that to be wide. Ooh, that's way too wide. Let's do this. Let's do
Nice. I
that
get it. You're the
as
star of the show, man. I get
let's do this.
it.
Not a circle. My goodness, what's going on over here? Hold on. Let's do a square.
Ooh,
And then we will put Zane in a square as well. And put him
nice.
on the actual screen. There we have it. Perfect. Cool. But that's it that we have for tonight. I really enjoyed. Like I specifically did not watch your matches until we got to do it live, just so I could have like
Oh,
my
really?
real time reaction and stuff like that. And it was absolutely great. I'm very very proud of you. Like I told you, I was proud of you for just for competing, but actually watching them for the first time, spectacular, very well done performance. I know you keep saying like, oh, not the best jiu-jitsu to watch. I think that learning experience of in competition, fighting to get out of the guard and seeing all the little things that along the way that, oh, okay, I could see where I could work on this, I could see work on that. That is it is it oh, let me ask you the same question I asked Javi.
Yeah.
Um Training before competition versus training after going to competition. What have you seen, learned, thought of, things like that?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's so important to train with a purpose. Like go into the training room and you learn the positions of the day, but also you have things that you want to work on in your mind. And before competition, I was like, sweet, I just need to get a little bit better at everything, you know? And then training after competition, it became so clear. It just highlighted what are like the main weak points and what are the main like, hey, these things were okay. And so still work on that stuff, but especially focus on this stuff. Small things like driving my toes, you saying like keeping my elbows in. That's definitely one that I'm gonna remember and start training now. And so it's just those things to get better at that. Definitely a ton of as soon as I came off competition, I was like, how do I get out of De La Hiva? I stand up, they come up with me. I break them down. I do all the work. I'm in De La Hiva or in a sleeping position, and the elbow in is a great a great variable to consider for that. And so
Awesome.
it just changed in what I highlight.
And I think that because a lot of people they'll go and compete, they'll record it, but then they don't want to watch it because they didn't like how they perform and stuff. But I think the
Mm,
fact that you don't mind, especially with your background, like of probably studying your wrestling videos,
mhm.
but like going and like looking at, okay, I see I did this work, I see I need to work on that. I think studying yourself is what's going to make you better anyways, and you're not afraid to do that, so that's awesome.
Sweet, yeah, man. I appreciate it. I definitely agree. It's like, how do you say? I mean, I could talk forever on this, so you tell me. But there's like so many learning models and like mastery of skill models and stuff, and there's a lot of theory or case study that I read about where it's like to pass the threshold of being like good to great. A lot of people sometimes can't get there because they're so obsessed with their self image or like it's embarrassing to have to do the learning, like you're gonna have to lose, you're gonna have to do whatever, try the awkward things. That means that you might not win in the training room or in a match, but until you try those things you can't break that threshold because you're literally holding yourself back because you want to look a certain way, you want to look like you're getting better, but it's a different ball game to do what it takes to actually get better. And I very much think studying tapes and looking at it and looking at the things I did wrong and pointing those out, like embarrassing or not. I just don't believe in embarrassment. So I'm like, yeah, those things like that suck. That could be way better. Even in the match I won, I'm like, why am I flat footed? And I think it's one of the fastest ways to grow. And I appreciate you breaking it down with me and showing me the things you notice because all that stuff is super helpful to me. So I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, and we can wrap it up with this. Like, when I was about at your level, like not in wrestling skill wise, but your belt level, um, and when I started doing like live training and stuff like that, and it's just like you're just trying to win at that point, right? And you're like trying to survive, trying to win, but when you're going against higher belts and you've never done anything like this before and they're just like destroying you over and over and over again, I took a step back and said, you know what, I need to reshape my thinking about how I'm approaching this. You're a software engineer, so you can get it right. But I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I need to change my approach because by me just going in and just throwing the kitchen sink at it, that's not how we do it in software, right? So
Yeah.
I got to come up. So I said, you know what? Now they're getting me in the same exact move every single time, over and over, same submission over and over and over. Well, my new strategy is delay how long it takes for them to get there and to execute until they can't do it anymore. They have to go to a new position and then learn that new position. Then I said, all right, now I'm gonna get some instructionals on how to escape bad positions, and I use that. And now I'm like, all right, now I'm not really worried. Like, how do I escape? So I purposely put myself in that position just so I can work on escaping. When I was learning the escape for Kimura, like sometimes like I will put my arm out for them to get the Kimura, just so I can work on escaping the Kimura. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's savage.
And then like when I was learning the half guard, I would say all I care about is getting to the half guard. So as we were doing specific training, I would start to open my guard so they could like start moving around just so I can get the half guard. And then I'm like, all right, now for me to recover the underhook, let him get the underhook, and I do the move to recover the underhook, and I just go back and forth over and over and over and over for like 2 weeks straight. Every single opportunity, live training, specific training, just getting to the half guard. And if they pass, who cares? Let's start over. If they pass, like for specific training, if it's live training, this is my perfect opportunity to recover the half guard. I don't care what happens in the training because I want to focus on what I need to learn to get better and not about just winning. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're not going to win anything training, right? But if you want to actually, when you want to grow and get better, so I'm like, all right, so within class, I created my own subclass for the things that I wanted to learn within the framework of however the professor's teaching it. But I know the things I need to focus on. So if I need to get myself in a bad position, then so be it. And then I work from that bad position, you know. So that was how I trained myself to like not look at, oh, I'm losing, but change that into defining what winning is for me in this circumstance, you know.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. It's that whole the training with the purpose and then the things that you see. And I feel like I see that now. And that's what changed after,
That's awesome.
like post competition. I can like come into the training room with that kind of similar mentality.
Sweet. Perfect. Well, with that being said, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for sharing and for willing to talk about it. Come on YouTube Live with us. But yeah, we'll talk, and you know, whenever you have another competition, let's talk, let's review it and all that good stuff. All right.
Yeah, man, we'll do it up. Thanks so much, guys, and thanks for having me.
All right. I'm gonna end it right now. Let's see.